Hey everybody, it's me Marquita, and I am, hold on, I'm trying to speak so that I can't hear the fans, but I do got it taped towards me, and I'm a little lady named Corey. I should, I can't speak too loud, I gotta take my medicine so I can go to sleep. I took a late nap from 11, not 11, sorry, from 8 o'clock p.m. to midnight, and right now it is 2:37. Like I said, I have extreme insomnia, but like I'm trying to get on a healthy sleep schedule, which is hard because I like my like I'm usually tired all day and I don't go to sleep. But at 8 o'clock my brain wakes up. So what I've been doing is, let me see what the name of that medicine is. I don't like it, the medicine. It's Prazone. It's Prazosin. And it's a baby dose. And the woman was like, it's a more of a water pill or like whatever pill. It's like it's not necessarily it's not for depression. It's supposed to like relax my brain enough for it to slow down. That's why she wanted me to take it with my Zopidem. Now, the problem is, ever since May, my Zopidem don't work. So I had my Zopidem in May, June, July, and August. Yeah, in August. All the way to August the 15th. No, I had it the whole August. And then my mama got killed the 17th. Yeah, I did have it all of August. And ever since the, like it was still working, but not really working, like May up to August, because I was extremely stressed. And then after my mama got killed on August the 17th, that's when it doesn't really work. So I don't like, I can take it and it doesn't make me sleepy. And so what she told me to do was take that one medicine, like I can take it during the day, but she's like to take it with my Zopidem, so that it can slow my brain down enough to let the Ambien work. And yeah, okay, so I've been taking it now for 2 weeks. And she wanted me to take it for 2 weeks, and I gotta tell her on Monday. Today is technically Saturday, the 16th of November. So she wanted me to tell her how I feel and all that. Well, I don't, Okay, when I say I don't like it, what it is when I take it, if I don't go to sleep, it makes me extremely emotional. And I know that I probably need to cry. I probably need to be emotional, but I don't want to be like so because that it counteracts it counteracts the ambient. Like so, it's supposed to slow my brain down, and it slows it down enough, I guess, that I'll guess thoughts come back in, which I probably need to mourn, but I won't let myself because I'm trying to be strong for everybody. But so I don't like I purposely push down my feelings. So when I do, when I do feel it, it then stops the ambient. Like I'll start getting sleepy and then I'll just get like so emotional and I'll start crying. And that's the reason why I told her I don't want to be on any depression medicine because I don't want to be out of my head. And I feel like me not having control of my crying is, I don't like that. Because before the girls was born, that was me. I could cry at looking at a cloud in the sky. Like my emotions were so, they were, I didn't have a hold of my emotions. And then I was going to therapy. I was on medicine. And I kept telling them, I don't need this medicine. I know why I'm sad. So from 17 up to 30, or 29 and a half, almost 30, I knew, and I know right now why I'm sad. I know right now what's wrong with me. So I don't want to get on medicine if I know what's wrong with me. I knew from 17 why I was, or technically 15, I knew why I was sad. I knew when I was 16 to 18, I knew why I was sad. I knew 18 to 29, I knew why I was sad. And the 15 to 16, that was at home life. 16, almost 17 to 18, that was placement. 18 to 29 and a half is because my whole life I wanted to be a mother. I was not a mother. My babies was born June of 2013. My 30th birthday was November of 2013. And I knew that I was going to go out on the day that I came in on my 30th birthday. Because I did not want to have a baby at 30. That ain't what I want. And I know it's God's plan. It's what He wants. So when I say I know why I was sad, I knew why I was sad. And then my sadness came back. May. Yeah, and there's no end date. I know why I'm sad. May, June, July. I know what made it worse, sir. August, September, October, November. forever. So I wasn't even coming on here to even. Okay, sorry guys. That's not even what this video was about. I guess because I need to take my medicine and that got me on that, but you know what? I weaved before I even weaved. Or I woved before I even weaved. My bad. I know I'm worse. It's after 8 o'clock. I kill y'all. I have a touch of sundown. You know, maybe a little bit more than a touch, but let me have it. I only got a touch. But I know that I got a touch of it. Okay, back to what I was saying. Oh, side note, before I get back to what the video's about The Sims. Okay, sorry. Let me decide tangent, because what I'm gonna say has nothing to do with The Sims. I was working. Who was I watching? Was it Bailey Sarian? I think it was Bailey Sarian. Or was it Mike? Oh, what was the name of his channel? Hold on. Was it him? Was it Michael? I think it's Irish. The dude, give it a go. Hold on, what is it? He's the one that always tells them true stories. It's either Bailey Sarian or it was the Michael. I don't remember the name of his channel. He's the one. He's kind of. I'm gonna say he's Irish. He's very, very tasty. If y'all know who I'm talking about, he's the let's give it a go, and he's always talking about crimes that happen. And I think it was one of his 3 stories, because I'm thinking it was him, because it was, okay, the video compilation was a girl that was on the internet, and it was like her daughter, her 3-year-old daughter got killed, or her and her brother and her dad killed her 3-year-old daughter through exorcism. And then the other one was, I don't remember the other story. And then the last one was, and this is where I'm getting at, with a guy that had insomnia, and he got it from, he had a really bad bladder infection, and he, you know, he worked like at this factory, and you know, one of his co-workers was like, well, here, I got some old antibiotics, gave it to him because he couldn't afford to go to the doctor, and he took them, and then all of a sudden he couldn't sleep. And they say that it could be a hereditary thing, like it's like a protein, it's something that attacks the protein in your brain, and it could cause familiar insomnia, but it's hereditary. And but anyway, so them thinking that's what was wrong with him. And the only reason why I say, oh my gosh, I think I got that, and it's only because my insomnia started. Like, yeah, I've always had problems sleeping, but it was because of sleep apnea. I had gastric bypass 2010. My not really insomnia, it was where I was always tired, and so I would force myself to stay awake so I could sleep at night. But then when I did go to sleep that night, I couldn't stay asleep, because I have sleep apnea. Okay, I didn't like wearing my CPAP machine because I didn't want anything on my face. I didn't like that smell. Anyways, of the purified water. Anyhow, so when I had my gastric bypass, like I didn't have sleep apnea anymore. I still don't have sleep apnea still to this day. Knock on wood. Um, but I was uh, like I had my brain surgery um, July the 1st, 2015. I have had insomnia ever since. But of course, my brain also attacked my teeth. That's why my teeth started falling out. November of 2015. I don't have any teeth right now because they either fell out or broke off into the gum and they had to get it out. Anyhow, that was November the 27th, 2023, which have almost been a year because it is November the 16th, 2024. Oh, I wanted to tell y'all that. I went to the oral surgeon, today is Saturday, so I went on Tuesday, which was the 12th, 13th? I don't remember. It was this past Tuesday that I went to, yeah, it was the 12th. So yeah, I went to the oral surgeon and he says he don't think that I have pageants because my face is not I don't have a duck bill. He said because like I told him, I was totally confused when the dentist came back and said I have too much bone. And I'm like, okay, I was confused because in 2019 I had a full body scan, head to toe, of my whole skeletal system. And they said you have pageants, it's worse in your head, which I kind of believe that because when I had my brain surgery, like where that hole is in my skull, like I could feel it's kind of like dipped in, like the bone is. Anyhow, that ain't none of y'all business, or I don't care for y'all to know, but y'all probably didn't want to know that. Anyhow, um, so I just, anytime I go anywhere, I tell people what I was told. I have pageants, it's what's in my head. Okay, so when she said that, I was confused, the dentist, that is. So I was confused because I'm like, well, wait, uh, how, how do I have too much bone, but Paget's is early onset of osteoporosis? And she was like, I guess your bone is growing, but it's also super thin. So I'm like, okay, so my bone is growing, okay, but it's also super thin. Like, that just confused the bejesus out of me. So, like I said, that was in October when she told me that. And then, so, when I went to him, this past Tuesday, I told him the same thing that she told me. He goes, well, you don't look like you got patches. And then, like, I told him, like, what she told me, and he goes, yeah, that is how it would work. And I'm like, okay. And so he's like, well, and he asked me some other questions, and then, like, I told him, I told him the whole story of why she wanted me to come there and all that. He goes, oh, okay, I do understand. And so whatever it was, he understood what she was what she was wanting, but he didn't know for sure. 'Cause he's like, the problem is if you truly have pageants. Because, like, okay, here's my dilemma. If I have pageants, the problem is it's just gonna grow back in a year, and I'm gonna have to keep getting it done. year after year if I truly have pageants. So that's the bad news. So there's bad news and bad news. Um, bad news or bad news or worse news is I'll have to keep getting it done every year. Okay, if I don't have insurance, I'm not going to be able to get it done. But so that's the worst news. If I have it, I'm gonna have to just keep getting it done. And if I have insurance, insurance is not gonna keep money to pay for it. So that's the worst news. The bad news is if I don't have pageants and he does shave down the bone that needs to be shaved down, I'm not gonna have enough to hold the dentures. Yeah, so what I need is implants and not dentures, because in order for him to shave down enough for me to have dentures, it's going to make it to where if I lose, he's like, if you lose 5 pounds in your face and it changes the shape of your face slightly, you're going to have to get a new fit. Because the bone that I have now, he says he sees what she's talking about. I do have too much bone. And he can shave it down, but if I have patches, it's just going to grow back. But if he tries to shave it down, that, okay, I'm shaving it down this much because it's going to grow this much, then the problem is if I don't have patches, that bone's not going to grow back. So we really don't know what to do. So I'm either going to get my bone shaved down and have to either keep getting it done, never have teeth again, or get it shaved down and still never have teeth because I'm not going to have enough bone, gum, or whatever to hold on to it. So, worse and bad news. Okay, back to what I started making this video for. After 24 minutes. I was watching Fantasia, and she's a singer, if y'all don't know who she is. And she was talking about preteens in 2025. Yes, I would love preteens in 2025. I would love to have preteens in 2025. And she made a great, argument for it, and I'm like, yeah, 100% agree with you. We do need preteens. What I want to piggyback on her video, because she was saying, yeah, bring cars back, bring awkward, behaviors that preteens have. I wanted to piggyback off of hers, and I will, if I can remember, which I'm doing everything on my tablet. If I had my phone, I gave my phone to Gary, if y'all are like, what do you mean? Yes, I still technically have a phone, but I physically gave him my phone. So if any of my friends or family calls me or message me on Facebook or anything, it's like, yeah, it's going to my phone, but it's not coming to me because I don't have my phone. I physically gave him my phone because his physical phone is broke. But it works everywhere. Like it, I don't like if him and the girls go to the store or to the park. If he takes his phone, it could work when he leaves here, and then all of a sudden, like melt the charging cords, or like physically make it hot to where his screen don't work. Like it doesn't, like we don't know, we don't never know if it's gonna work. Sometimes it'll charge, come on like normal, nothing won't be wrong with it, and then he can charge it, try cutting it on, and it won't cut on, and it'll show full battery, but it won't come on like that. And it's only because he hasn't bought him a new physical phone. So I'm like, okay, if you and the girls are going out, here's the physical phone. Take my phone. So I don't technically ever have my phone anymore. If I do have my phone, it's literally not that often. And when I make videos, like not lately, that's why my videos haven't been good in my opinion. I don't really like my videos lately because I've been doing it on my tablet. Like right now I'm doing it on my tablet. And I'm speaking through my headphones. Because my headphones has a mic. So if y'all ever, and if y'all can get through it, if y'all ever like, oh my gosh, it sounds terrible. Well, it's because I got my fan blowing, yeah, in the middle of November, because who would have thunk that my weighted blanket and my bed tent would make my room hot? Like my physical room's not hot. And then Gary, he's in the other bed asleep. The girls is in the other room asleep. And so I'm like, okay, well I gotta have my physical fan because I get warm. Anyhow, but I was wanting to piggyback on Fantasia. Sorry, I had to figure out where I was going. Yes, and when she was talking about like all the stuff that teens or preteens go through. Yes, and this is my feedback. I would, and this is just me. Can we bring monthlies to the base game? Because some teens do go through it, not all teens. Puberty, that is. I mean, we can even make it for equality that they can start taking hormone supplements. Now, that might just be too personal for me. Maybe that just needs to be a mod, because I know not everybody wants that in their game. I would, because I want my game to be as realistic as possible as the world that I live in. Maybe not everybody's world, not everybody's reality. And I think of The Sims, and I have been playing The Sims since October 2022, or 2002, sorry, not 22. October 2002 is when I started playing The Sims. I started with The Sims 1. I played The Sims 1, The Sims 2, had all them games, and then I played a little bit of The Sims 3 because around that time is when I was like, okay, I'm not playing The Sims anymore. And then the girls was born, and then I didn't really know about it till like a couple of years later. But anyhow, my whole point of me saying everything is I played a little bit of The Sims 3, but I played The Sims 3 and Sims 4 together, and then just dropped The Sims 3, and now I'm playing The Sims 4. So I play The Sims as an extension of my reality. So when I say that I want these things, it's because sometimes I want alternate things. Like my real life, I'm not a polygamist. I'm not in a polyamory relationship. Thruples, if you want to be, you know, healed. No, not healed. But I'm just saying thruples, for instance. I have always, since I was 18, and I didn't know what it was called, but ever since I was 18, I'm like, I want to be married, but I don't want to be married. And I literally was like, I want to get married so that I can have one kid at 18, 3 at 21, 6 by 25. That was my life goal. Okay, I am about to be 41 on the 29th of November, and I have never been pregnant. I also have never been married. But I quickly realized when I was like 31, I'm like, I really want to get married to have a baby. I never, and this was like at 18, I was like, I didn't want to be married because I was like, I want to be a wife. I only wanted to get married to have a baby. And literally, that is the only reason. And I was about to say his name. My ex-boyfriend, when I was 23, 22. Yeah, because I was 21. Okay, so I was 22, but my ex-boyfriend, we were friends for like almost 3 years, and we had no business dating. And if he ever comes across this, he's gonna laugh. I don't think he looks at my videos. But anyways, like I look at his videos, and it's not because I miss him. It's because, like I said, we were friends for 3 years. We dated for like a couple of months, and then it was just like, no, like it's not worth it. And there was only, and I can only speak from my point. It didn't work because we wasn't in the same town. Um, he wasn't willing to move with me, and I did not want to move into boondocks with him. And I wasn't trying to mess up the thing, because with him, like I said, we were friends. So I knew his good, his bad, his ugly. He knew my good, my bad, my ugly. And he knew that I only wanted to get married to have a baby. He's like, that's not the right thing to do. X, Y, Z. I talked him off the ledge of his bad and ugly. He talked me off my ledge with my bad and my ugly. Anyway, so we were friends. We dated. He literally was the total opposite of the guy that I knew of him. And I always told him, you're not a bad boy. Why are you being ugly? That's not you. And he, oh, da da da. Anyways, not to, and I'm trying to speak broadly because I don't want anybody to figure out who he is, because he is a friend of mine. Um, Still to this day. Like, yeah, Gary knows who it is. But and no, it's not Gary. um, but yeah, so when we dated, literally, I was dating a completely new guy. I never seen the bad and the ugly while we were in the relationship. I like people that know us personally, they're like, yeah, right, because da 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 da. And I'm like, yeah, that's him. Or I'm thinking now it was him. Hopefully it was him. Keep your bad and your ugly side away. But I'm like, I never experienced any of his bad and his ugly. Like I said, me going into a relationship with him, I knew about the bad and the ugly, but I also knew about his good. He hid his good. He didn't like show it, and I can't say him now because like we dated almost 18 years ago, 17 years ago. So yeah, I know people change. Um, yeah, I hope that he is just the good. His videos, he still got some mouth, but he's always had a mouth. Um, but his girlfriend now, and marry her. Come on now, what you doing? I know your history with marriage, and you don't want to get married, and but marry her. She deserves. Come on, dude. Come on. She seems nice. She seems sweet. Like I know what you said, but dude, come on. Marry her. If she don't want to get married, that's a totally different thing. But she seems nice. She seems like she's sweet as cotton candy. I would really love to meet her. But like, okay, so with him, I always told him I I want, like, if I ever get married, I don't want to be the first wife. I always want to be the second wife, but that's because I like the number two. And so, of course, I have twins. And when I found out that it was twins 3 days before they were born, I was ecstatic because I always wanted to have twins. I always wanted to be a twin. I love the number two, anyways. Um, but I never wanted to be the first wife. I always wanted to be the second wife. Found out, and discovered, 2004, 2005-ish? Yeah, it was 2005-ish because me and him dated in 2006 when I came back the second time from Washington State. Yeah, yeah. So this was 2005-ish when I watched, I had cable, and Big Love. Love that show with Bill Peck. I always tell people, he's my husband. I am, and I know he only had three wives, but I was his fourth wife. And like, I wanted to be a sister wife, and that's the very first time ever I heard of polygamy, ever in my whole life. And I said, that's what I want to be. I want to be a polygamist. And then I always said, oh, I want to be a polygamist. I want to be a polygamist. And of course, none of my boyfriends want to be a polygamist. Then I didn't know that, oh, if you're just dating, throubles. I learned throubles in my 30s, but in my 20s, it was polyamory because true life. I'm in a polyamorous relationship. Love true life. True life has got me through some stuff. Okay. But I'm still not gonna do ayahuasca. because True Life, I did ayahuasca, has, oh my gosh, I'm like, I don't want to go to no camp for adults because y'all are not going to trick me into doing a spiritual journey. um, I was about to tell myself one time, yeah, that with that particular boyfriend, you know what? I still take it as a bad. I'm not the okay, Keita. Mm, would never do that again. But no, and it's nothing gross. Like I don't want y'all to be like, oh, y'all had a throuple and y'all was in a poly relationship, and it was like, no, he really didn't want to do it either. And that's what I'm saying. I'm like, I thought of all, you know, at the end guy, I'm like, oh yeah, him, because he is a bad boy. He da 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 da, and even him, I'm like, are you serious? Like I said, this this man, I knew his bad and his ugly, and I did not date his bad, and I'm glad I didn't date his bad and his ugly. And I literally asked him, I'm like, I told you you was a good guy. He goes, no, I'm not a good guy. And I'm like, yeah, I'm like, because, like I said, some of the situations, anyhow, I'm like, XYZ. And he was like, the difference between you and them, they, you know what, never mind, never mind. There was differences between me and other girls. But like I said, even with him, I told him, I want you to get another girlfriend, get many another girlfriend, because I, as long as you're laying beside me at the end of the night, okay. And I have to know about them, because if I know about the girl, okay, it's not cheating. If she knows about me, it's not cheating. And it was, he broke one rule, and it was one girl that I said, it was like a couple of different girls, but it was just one girl. And then the other two girls, I knew that it was like, that wasn't even an option. Like, on their end. Like, he, like, was like, I would rather stab my eyeballs out with toothpicks. Anyhow. Um, but it was one girl. And I told him, I said, she's the only one. That's a no. And the reason I said that was not because, no, I'm never jealous. Never was jealous. Still never jealous. It was because of their history. She brought out most of his bad. She encouraged, brought it out, enhanced most of his ugly. They were addicted to each other like freaking heroin. And I was like, no, no, she's the only one. And he was about to, and I told him, you do that, our friendship is over. Like, forget the relationship, because, like I said, I really, really didn't really care about a relationship. And it wasn't just with him. I cared more about me and his friendship. And I don't know if they ever got together, but the fact that he was going to, knowing that that was my because I didn't want his bad and his ugly to come out with her. Because like I said, it never came out with me. Never. Not even one time. As a friend, as a couple, no. Mm-mm. But with her, yeah. That was my only reason. Is because she brings it out of him, and then their bad and their ugly is out. And legally, yeah, he could not afford it. So that was my reasoning with her. She was the only one. I was like, go be with everybody. But her, I would end our friendship. I would end our friendship. And I don't know if he did. And I even told him, I'm like y'all are freaking attracted to each other like moth to a flame. Whatever she got that macaroni and cheese, I guess. Like, I don't know. No, let me not be vulgar, because, okay, I'm not going to talk her mouths. Anyhow, back to what I was saying, because that got me off subject again. So when I say that I played The Sims as a alternate for my reality, that's one of the things. Poly or throuples or all that. Now that it is in Sims, it just got into Sims this year with Love Struck. Why not have more things? Like, and I know The Sims is supposed to be for teens, and I understand that. Maybe make an alternate game or allow people to, for $2 more, EA. There you go, because y'all all about money, giving us little bits and pieces that should be in the game already. But anyhow, more money, $2 extra, and we can get the rated M for maturity. I know it's rated E for everybody. I think that's what it is. It might be rated R. I think it's rated R in Russia because it's same-sex relationships. So that's why it might be rated M for maturity. Whatever it is. I understand that kids play the game. So since they have The Sims, and then they have The Sims Legacy, or I think that's what it's called. The Sims Legacy is if your computer cannot run the regular Sim game, it's like a lower dose, make that only for kids. Or do something like that. Make the regular Sim game, if you want it to be a little bit more realistic, like teen pregnancy. You have to pay that $2 because that's in the adult section. You're making more money because you're selling the game packs for this much. But if you spend $2 more, you will get it more realistic. And not many people play The Sims for that, but I do. I don't have Wicked Whims because I have kids that they know that at any time of day they can play on my computer. They can play The Sims. So because I don't tell them that they can't play, because I don't have anything on my computer that's not kid friendly. That would be the only thing. So I don't play The Sims every day. So if I do have Wicked Whims, I'm not going to remember to take it out and take it out of my mod folder every time I finish the game. Because sometimes I cut off my game, like, leave the game and cut off my computer, won't pick it up for a month. Won't pick it up for about 2 weeks. Sometimes I only pick it up. I might do a playthrough of something that's in my head, cut it back off, pick it up again, build, make make sims and cast, never gameplay. So I never know what I want to do when I play the sims. So I don't want that to be in the game, because with the Wicked Whims, if I have it in there, I don't want my girls to be like, oh, I'm gonna make me a sim. Well, hello. I don't want them to see that. In cast. I don't want them to see that in gameplay. Come on now. I'm a mother first. So yeah, I don't have that. And then Wonderful Whims, it doesn't allow teen pregnancy. And like I said, I don't want my teens to be pregnant, but in reality, some teenagers do get pregnant. And if I'm playing like a runaway teen and something pop off, because I have my neighborhood story zone. I don't want just adults, cats and dogs. Because, like I said, this world is not perfect. Not everybody has a kid as an adult. So I want, if I'm doing a gameplay and something pops off with my teenage daughter, teenage son, life happens. But anyway, so that was my one thing. Have more realistic gameplay. And then my other yes and, can we make it that maybe with a real add-on feature, you can cut it off, cut it on, a little gameplay thing where you can set 7 outfits that your sim is not wearing the same thing every day. Can we make private skins? Like, you gave us Star Wars pack, awful pack. I still got it, and I bought it at full price. But I don't play in that world. Sorry. Give us Harry Potter. J.K. Rowling, you know what? Let me not bring her into it. Anyways, give us Harry Potter. I know you gave us the spellcasters, and you gave us university. Why not? And you gave us high school years. We literally have the Harry Potter pack without having the Harry Potter pack. Like, bring it together. Like, allow us to set uniforms for school. Let us put a high school in any town, any world. I have been saying that since blah. Like, y'all can see I haven't took my medicine yet. I literally got it laying on my lap. I totally forgot I was going to take my medicine. That's why I'm still up rambling. I was born rambling man. Wait, they don't love you like I love you. Wait, they don't love you like I love you. They don't love you like I love you. Wait, they don't love you like I love you. Wait, they don't love you like I love you. Wait, they don't love you like I love you. They don't love you like I love you. You know what that makes me think of? And I act scary, and I'm like, I don't know what song that reminds me of. the high pitch part, and I know that ain't in the original song. Like I listened to it when it very first came out in 98, 2000, somewhere. Um, but anyways, that song makes me like when I do it at the high pitch. I know I don't do that, but it makes me think of either 16 Candles or Pretty in Pink, Molly Ringwald movies. And I asked Gary, I'm like, is that two different movies? I'm like, I'm pretty sure there's two different movies. It is two different movies. But when I do it like at a high pitch, I don't know what song in my brain makes me think of them two movies. And I can't even tell you which movie. I don't know if it's Pretty in Pink or 16 Candles. But when I do it like that, it makes me think of an 80s song that was in that movie. I listen to all the songs. None of the songs is what's in my head. Like, it's not that specific song. And I don't know if maybe somebody said that in a song, maybe like Blondie or something, 80s. I told you I'm old AF. And not Lawrence, respectfully, across the pond. His wife is old AF. That's the name of her YouTube channel. I'm not saying I'm her. Tara, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful woman. Lawrence has a beautiful wife, Tara, which is old AF. That's her channel. Anyhow, I'm not saying I'm her. I'm saying I am like old. I'm 40. I'm about to be 41. I'm old AF, like in real life, real life. So, um, but I was trying to think, why do me doing that, why does that make me think of Pretty in Pink or 16 Candles? I honestly don't know. If y'all know, tell me. Y'all probably ain't get. You know what? It has almost been an hour. I have literally been talking for 57 minutes. Nobody's watching this, just me.